Sure, of course I can. No problem. Sure, of course. Sure, don't worry about it. Of course. Have you ever found yourself in any of these situations? Then you are very likely to be a people pleaser or have people pleaser tendencies. These are just a few examples of how I used to react as a people pleaser. And that is actually also what today's video is about people pleasing. A lot of us have people pleasing tendencies or are even people pleasers. But however, we're not helping ourselves with it. We're not helping other people the way we think we are. So today's video is split into two parts. The first part is why we are people pleasers, why we feel the need to be people pleasers. And the second part is why we should change this and how we can change this. And with that I say, let's get right into it. Alright, so personally I'd like to start with why I am a people pleaser and why I really feel the need to please other people constantly. And I personally feel like whenever I say no to somebody, I feel like I'm letting somebody down, like I'm disappointing them. If I say no and I can see like their faces, what they look like if I look into their faces after I say no, I just feel so bad because I feel like I'm disappointing them. And that is why I avoid saying no, and I avoid kind of this confrontation with the other person, even though I'd like to avoid this uncomfortable feeling of letting somebody down. But deep down I know I'm not letting somebody else down. I know I'm not disappointing them. I'm just sticking up for my own boundaries. I'm sticking up for what's important to me, and I'm sticking up for my time and my energy. I'm sticking up for myself, and that is my right, and that is my job to do. And the problem and that is, I think a lot of people feel that way. And another reason I believe why I people please, from what I've discovered in the past of journaling, I believe, and another reason I believe I do people pleasing, or I am a people pleaser, is because I have this need that I want everybody to like me. I feel like I have to act in a way and talk in a way that everybody likes me, which is actually just so messed up because it's not possible for every single person on this planet to like me. But I feel like I can make everybody like me by meeting everybody's needs and by saying what everybody wants me to say. But it's not possible. I'm never going to be able, and you are never going to be able to make everybody happy and make everybody like you. And that is totally okay. It's totally okay. But we have to realize that we can't make every single person on this planet like us. So that, I think with that thought, with that, like knowing that, comes a lot of freedom, because we can finally start acting the way we want to, the way that we really are. We can show our true selves, our true face to the world. We can be like, okay, this is me. You can either like me or you can not like me, and if you like me, I'd like to hang out with you. You know, it's like that easy. It's like that simple, actually. But it's also not. You know, it's not. It's knowing the theory. It's knowing that's what it is. That's the truth. But it's not that easy always. But I believe with knowing that we can't please every single person on this planet comes a lot of freedom, because we can just start being ourselves, our true authentic selves. And we can be like, okay, this is who I am, and people who are meant for me, will like the real me. But in order to find those people, we also have to be ourselves and have to have the courage to also be ourselves and act in a way, or act as a person and just be the person that we really truly are. And that way we will find those people. And yeah, I mean, I know knowing that is very nice. Having that awareness is very good, but it's still very difficult to stop being a people pleaser, because it just feels like for me personally, I feel like I want to be a good person, I want to be a kind person, but being kind doesn't mean saying yes to everything and everyone, even if we don't have the time and don't have the energy. If I don't have the time and if I don't have the energy, it is my right and it is my job to say no to other people. You have to say no in order to protect your own peace, in order to protect your time and your energy, okay? And it doesn't help if you just constantly, also if it's your goal through people pleasing to make everybody like you, that is not possible, because they are not going to like who you are. They're not going to like the true you. They're going to like the fact that you do everything for them. They're going to like the fact that you do everything for them. And that's not liking who you are, the kind of person that you are, that's liking what you can do for them. And they see what they can get out of you. And that's not a good foundation for real friendships and real connection. So now let's move on to how can we change that, and how can we change from being a people pleaser and from not being able to say no to being able to say no, and why is that so important? And I believe it's so important to not lose ourselves and to truly accept ourselves and see who we really are. And also it's also very important for good relationships and friendships in our lives, as I said before, that we need to show our true faces, to show the world who we are, to find the people who are meant for us. Like, if ever you are in a situation where somebody asks you to do them a favor, I want you to say no if you don't have the time, the energy, or don't want to do it. Just say no, I do not have the time and I do not have the energy, and just sit in that kind of feeling that you have afterwards, and that, okay, I feel like I let that person down, I feel like I disappointed them. Just feel that, and feel that it's not that scary, and it's not that dangerous. I think it kind of often feels like dangerous, or like it's like a hard feeling. And I believe if we can just feel that and see, okay, this is not dangerous, this is not bad, I didn't do anything wrong, I didn't harm that person, I was just protecting myself. I think if we learn to do that more, we can kind of get away from those people-pleasing patterns by protecting our own peace and practicing saying no and having the courage to say no if we don't have the time and the energy, as I believe the best way out of being a people-pleaser. It's also what I'm currently discovering and trying to figure out. So I'd be really happy if we down below in the comments like exchange on this, whether you are a people pleaser, used to be a people pleaser, what you did to get away from being a people pleaser, and also what you may be currently struggling with being a people pleaser. Yeah, just love for us to have a little chat in the comments. Also write to me on Instagram, whatever. And that also brings me to the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye!